fantastic from this guy as usual. And on firing range, I do agree with you, Neptune. He is gonna be the guy who deals quite a bit of damage. Hopefully, these Savage Doctors can sustain and probably patch themselves up. They are the doctors at the end of the day.
Doctors, but you need to be wounded to be patched up, so hopefully
Not
that
dead.
doesn't happen for them. But as we can see, there's not so much of like there's a lot of initial attempts
Yeah.
that we are seeing with rotation coming from West Point Mambala into that Bravo, a unexpected rotation coming from them, but not so much of defense coming from the side of the Doctors.
Racine keeping the numbers a little bit high on the side of the Doctors. So Gary stepping it up once again as well. Susano, the final survivor. 1v2 makes it a 1v1. Insane stuff out of Susano. And now the Fennec in hand circles around. He can expect Racine with the CBR4 on the right-hand side. Bomb on the ground. West Point Mamba LOWKINGS, they are not in an advantageous position. And Susano trying to go for the long wrap around, keeping Racine thinking as to how to play this. And the bomb's going to be wide open.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of baiting one to pull out, but with this approach, hopefully he checked that corner and goes in, but unfortunately, Racing has seen him, and 1 point will be taken by Savage Doctor. Sound approach, but he could have pulled back and went to Alpha. Plenty of time for him to do so.
Yeah, but, you know, overall, great round coming through from the Savage Doctor. This is what we want to see. Players like Gary, Racine, they all need to step it up. Esper managed to catch Kalo a little bit off guard early on as well. Sano with a very early strike. It's a double snipe setup on the side of West Point Mamba LOWKINGS, and they pretty much are OP in that mode.
Yeah, they just want to go for the payback. You took 1 point from us. We'll take the first blood from you. Not only that, bringing you to a 1v3. Now, as we are seeing Spur right now, he is capable of clutching this, but against West Point Mamba LOWKINGS, it is a slim chance for him to do it easily. But Spur is buying time, and who got him? It is the one and only Luffy.
Luffy, gomu gomu no. Sniper shot. It's 1-1. West Point not breaking a sweat on that round. They know exactly who to count on. K-Low hasn't got a single frag just yet. He's chilling. Hopefully this round we see him wake up a tad bit. But I do like the challenge that the Savage Doctor is showing us on this SnD. These are some solid engagements.
Yeah, solid engagement indeed. Gary starting it off, but a double trade-off being done by West Point Mamba LOWKINGS, and there goes the third. Now, they don't want to make it easy for Savage Doctor, unlike what we've seen from the first part, wherein they have been cleaned off with only one guy remaining. But yeah, he's just trying to fight back and wants to bring this to a halt, but Kalo doesn't want this to move on. They get that to another point of them, 2-1.
The previous series pretty much ended in a speed run. So that was just like about an hour that it took for the first series. Second series though, West Point Mamba LOWKINGS, how much of time are you gonna take? Today's gonna be a day of speed run records. Let's see who's gonna finish off the opponents the quickest, all right? I'm giving them a side quest.
Yeah, I mean, that's a challenge because at some point, some of the teams might go against it. And I'm not saying that they are throwing a few points, but they don't want to put the much pressure on them wherein they understand that they might be able to win the series. So let's see if they can pull it off a speed run so that they can end the day as well. They can rest easily. But who's resting right now? Two from both teams that might make it... well, as soon as I say that, Yopi just went in and make it a 2v3, so it's still favoring West Point Mamba LOWKINGS though.
Gary, 4 frags thus far, should be able to deal with this. A perfect backstab! And Gary should be able to down the other one as well. He put in just enough damage so that his partner Jans could strike the player down. But now in a 1v2, Gary with a quick reposition and in a timely manner as well. If he had gone down Branch Road, he would have met those two players now. But he circles around. Nobody suspects him appearing from the trail. Susano steps on out, and the Phoenix is way too quick with the shots.
Yeah, a little bit too quick for him to survive that. It's 1v3 right now. And, well, with the help of Gary, Savage Doctor is bringing a little bit of light and, like, into them taking a few more points. But West Point Mamba, we know how well they adjust, especially as there's a lot of things that needs to be corrected for some of the instances. PJ needs to correct that positioning that they have because Rising has seen him through that approach. But 4v5 is something that West Point Mamba doesn't want to be in, especially with Rising already going in for a double. Rising can be the guy who can turn it around with the help of Esper.
Shout out to TRZ Era. Everybody's keeping the YouTube chat pretty lively in here today. Not a lot of toxicity. You gotta love these people for that. Welcome, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. Don't forget to hit that like, share the broadcast out as well. Bring more of your friends in. It's gonna be a day of record setting. Let's see who gets this speed run completed. Okay, Neptune, you gotta bring in the stats for me, man. Hopefully, Callie. There's no hopefully. I know Callie's watching. Hopefully, Callie can share with us some of the stats as to how long that first series actually took.
Yeah, hopefully we can get a little bit of insight of first series, but again, it's not that it's not that quick because we saw a little bit of fight back coming from coming from DVK, especially in the control mode. So if in case that will be a different story this time, then we might see a faster game in that in this next series or in this second series. But as we can see, Gary trying very hard to survive this. The rest of the team is not doing so. It's a 1v2 situation where in the previous round was a similar scenario. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll see a different approach from him, but not really hope Luffy is still in there.
Gary's pretty much the game changer for the side of the Doctor. He's just not getting the backup he deserves. In a 1v2, Luffy just way too quick. As Susano runs away with the distraction, Luffy takes advantage, making this a 4-1. I wouldn't say this is a no-show from the Doctors. Gary is showing up, Razine is showing up, but they just need a little bit more. Esper seems to be a little bit off his usual gameplay. If he steps it up, I still don't know if it's going to be enough, but at least there'll be a tough fight.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a tougher fight. And the Doctor is in, is just on a lunch break probably. And let's see if they'll be able to get back into play. Rising, who did a double earlier in the snipe, has been taken down. It's a 4v5 situation this time. As we can see, the spread and West Point LOWKINGS didn't even bother to take the bomb on them. They just want to go for this late and clean and also do this a little bit quicker compared to the previous one. And Jans has been taken down. Only one remaining. Sin needs to be taken out for you to be refreshed as well as cleansed.
Yeah, Sin just didn't know what to do there, man. He got stuck in a tough spot. No matter where he runs, he's just going to get nailed down to the ground. And at the end, he gave in 5-1. 2 more points from ending this SnD, ending the misery for the Savage Doctors. The brand really needs to rethink the decision of calling themselves Savage. I see no savagery here.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know what will be rebranded unless it's already on their name, and it's just unfortunate it's not showing. But again, I would agree because like you might call the meek sheep, and your brand would be otherwise like Buster Pocket, and your branding is a sheep. So I don't know where that came from, but I know where this is going because it's already a 6-1, and it might be quicker from what we've seen earlier on a Search and Destroy.
Match point, baby. This is West Point LOWKINGS, not at their best. In fact, they're actually taking this in a pretty chilled stance. But Susano has been outplaying everybody else on the side of West Point. They have picked up 13 eliminations thus far already. And the Savage Doctors, on the other hand, the only thing Savage is potentially going to be some of my feedback on how they are taking some of these angles. But Gary's really trying to put on the best of performance. The rest of the players just can't seem to handle the situation. And I like the fact that they have slowed the pace down. They are clumping up together over at the barracks hut. Nobody's moving on fourth. Sin has been sent out as the scout surveyor to see if he can find a few. Jans with that patient gameplay finds Luffy. Susano shut down by Racine. And this is where the tables get turned. Savage Doctor finds a way through the defenses of West Point LOWKINGS. They baited the snakes out.
Yeah, baited the snakes out, grab it by the neck, and now is stomping on them with only a few players. Rising in there, going in for the hit against Yopi, and PJ was able to fire back with a pistol. What is that? PJ is trying to go for that clutch, his pistol and sniper in his hands.
And just like that, the game could actually end. This West Point stuff, man. Savage Doctors about to get some savage feedback if they don't show me some magic. Esper is all up to him. Can he shut down PJ in a 1v1? PJ, Locust in hand, spots Esper sliding by. It's gonna be not even a bomb plan. Esper goes in straight up for the shot. Was that a grenade?
Woo!
And he gets the wall bang on top of everything else. PJ is savage. West Point is savage.
PJ is doing PJ things. I mean, he's shown